Oh, I did the same thing and got, damn it. I did the same thing and got their last year's roster too.
Oh, you printed out both teams' last year's roster?
Oh, well, this is actually this year's Porterville. But...
Let me see. Yeah.
Okay, I need your Buchanan roster right here. That's what I need.
All right. Well, then I'll put both rosters. We'll go side by side then. Just put their. There you go.
Thanks.
Right.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons wins. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take, and there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Caston on Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
But this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting it to Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own, shoots and scores, bounces a shot home. Coos can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it a fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. 2 receivers far side, 1 near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10, the 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
As sophomore Chris Carter sits under center in their tight wing formation. Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing and the as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up to Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the 4th game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side, Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick
Hello and welcome everybody to Friday Night Football on PlayOnSports.com. We're here live at Veterans Stadium in Clovis, California. I'm Jason Phillips alongside my partner, former Fresno State Bulldog Paris Gaines. Tonight we're going to be bringing you the Porterville Panthers and hosted by the Buchanan Bears. Tonight the Porterville Panthers come in bringing a 1-1 record. They had a loss to Mount Whitney 2 weeks ago and a come-from-behind win over West Bakersfield last week. They come in last year sporting 36.8 points per game. This year they're already off to a fast start at 32. Paris, Porterville, they like to run a wing T offense, not real big up front, but they've got a lot of quick guys. It's going to be interesting to see how they're going to attack this Buchanan defense that's pretty big and strong. What do you think Porterville is going to want to do?
Well, for Porterville, you're going to see a lot of wing T. That's their base offense. You're going to see a lot of trap, a lot of buck sweep. Everything is going to be quick tonight if they hope to break big gains against that strong and stout Buchanan Bear defense.
Absolutely. They've got a trio of weapons in the backfield. A wing T uses a lot of running backs. One in particular is Juan Aldaco, number 31. Last week against West Baco, ran for 103 yards, 3 touchdowns. Porterville as a team amassed 470 yards of offense against West Bakersfield. Head coach Carl Scudder in his first year. Porterville off of a league championship in 2010. Last year finished 8-4. So Carl Scudder's group looks to get off fast here tonight. See if they can improve on that 1-1 record. Porterville from the East Yosemite League. And that'll bring us to the Buchanan Bears. Head coach Mike Vogt. Last year, 3-8, worst record in the 19-year program, as you might have said last week if you were with us. Buchanan destroyed Bullard, 36-14. Buchanan 1-0. Tyler Fry comes in, leading the spread offense. Quarterback last week, 178 yards, 2 touchdowns. Billy East combined for 2 touchdowns. Paris last week at halftime, they had outgained Bullard 150-20. What is Porterville going to do to try and stop this spread offense?
Well, they need to come out quick. They need to play fast. They need 11 guys rallying to the ball, and they must wrap up and tackle tonight. The Bears have big backs. They run low to the ground. They attack in multiple sets. You'll see a 4-receiver set, 3. They love to hit the tight end. It's about confidence tonight, wrapping up and bringing down the opponent.
Paris, this should be a fun one, folks, as you look at our field here. We got a great night of football, 92 degrees. Paris, you've got a couple of keys of the games for each team that we could look for offensively and defensively. Why don't you go ahead and let us know what those are?
Yes, Jason, for both teams on offense, you want to start fast. You want to develop a tempo tonight. This is a huge contest for a Division III team to come in and shock a Division I team. Both teams want to win the battle at the line of scrimmage, especially Porterville, who hopes to run the football tonight. You want to win the turnover battle, and also you want to convert on third downs is key. On defense, for both sides of the ball, you want 11 hats to the ball. You want guys flying around. You want an emotional defense. You want guys to communicate. And on both offense and defense, you want to eliminate the MEs, what we call mental errors, and eliminate the yards after contact. Communication is key tonight, Jason, for both teams. The Buchanan, they want to keep this magical season rolling, extending their record to 2-0 after tonight. And for Porterville to come to Clovis and to beat a Division I team that just knocked off the number 4 team in the Valley last week, the Bullard Knights say this is huge for the Porterville Bears, the Panthers, Porterville Panthers.
Are you expecting a big offensive night from both teams? Are we expecting a high-scoring matchup? Do you see either defense stepping up, or do you expect fireworks tonight?
You know what? With the emotions running high tonight, I'm expecting some fireworks tonight, man.
Absolutely.
I really am.
Perfect weather conditions. I mean, we are all set for a special game here tonight, folks. That's going to do it for tonight's PlayOnSports.com pregame show. We are just about 5 minutes away from kickoff. We'll be back in a few minutes. Make sure to stay with us. This is your destination for Friday Night Football here on PlayOnSports.com. We'll be right back. All right, everyone, we are back here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for Friday Night Football. Here as you're watching the Buchanan Bears introduction. And there they go. They take the field. Good crowd on hand tonight for the Buchanan Bears. Paris last week, Porterville they got behind against West Bakersfield 21-9 at the half. Started a little slow, and we were just talking before we came on the air here about how a wing T formation type of offense, really tough to play from behind. If you're not be able to run the football, you're going to have a rough day. Now, they were able to come back against West Bakersfield, but this Buchanan offense is a whole nother beast.
Well, certainly. Well, certainly, when you're a predominantly run team in that offense, they were able to come back behind. But the Bear defense, they know when you're playing from behind, the Porterville offense is going to be forced to throw the football. The Buchanan Bears, they're very strong in the defensive backfield compared to the young DBs of Porterville. Going against that aerial attack of Buchanan, it's going to be tough. Look for Buchanan to attack through the air and attack those young DBs often over for Porterville Panthers.
Absolutely, Paris. Porterville comes in with a pretty young team. They've graduated most of the players from last year, so this spread, those young DBs and this young defense is going to get a test early.
Will be tested.
From Tyler Fry and the rest of this offense. All right, folks, we are just about ready to go. Porterville set to kick this one off. Back to receive for Buchanan. We got number 49, Logan Stoll, as well as number 6, Robert Scanlon. Scanlon, a running back. Oh, I'm sorry, is that number 8? That's Billy East back there. Not Robert Scanlon. Kick is up, and that will be Stoll taking it.
Oh,
he
ball's on the
drops it
ground.
a little bit. He'll pick it back up. Takes it to the center of the field, and he's breaking some tackles. Ooh. One tackle and one man to beat from opening fireworks that quick.
One away.
One away, and Tyler Frey will lead his Buchanan Bears onto the field here. I'm going to start from the 31-yard line.
Buchanan Bears already set here with the play coming in from the sideline.
No huddle, folks. They will be on the ball quick all night. That is Billy East in the backfield, Tyler Frey, quarterback.
Look for that zone read right here, folks.
And that's exactly what it is. Hand off to Billy East. He'll get a couple. 2-yard gain, tackled by Edgar Madrigal.
Yeah, the Bears want to establish that run early. East, the young man, ran for 80 yards last week. Looking to get him going early on the ball game.
That's right, Paris. 80 yards and 2 touchdowns last week on the ground for East. 2nd down and 7. Frey will look to throw. He's got Adam Sorensen, and he will be taken down. He's close to a first down. Depends on the mark. Adam Sosman, the do-it-all man from Buchanan. Punter, defensive back, wide receiver. I'm pretty sure he even cooks the pregame meals, Paris.
I think so. I think he might have drove the team here today as well.
Mm-hmm. They will give the Buchanan Bears a first down. Marked at the 42-yard line. Frey, hand off to Billy East. He'll take it far side, and powerful running up to midfield.
Tough yards.
About a yard short of the first down.
Great pickup for the Bears tonight. If they can get the running game going early, what a plus. What a plus. We have Sosman down here, number 4, the widest receiver to our sideline, matched up against one of those young DBs of Porterville.
Pretty big size advantage from up here. You're right, Paris. If that spread offense is able to run the ball at will, it just makes the passing game that much more formidable. Frey will throw it deep. He's got a man overthrown. Intended for Ben Sorensen.
Big tight end.
And the big boy tight end. It was open. Fry just missed him. This will bring up a 3rd and short.
The Bears tried to run that 9 route with Sosman and sneak the tight end in on the corner right there.
Fry had him just a little bit misexecuted. It'll happen here early on. First big 3rd down of the game. Hand off to Billy East. Cuts it up. He's going to have the first down. And he'll pick up a little bit more to the 45-yard line of the Porterville Panthers.
Well, the Panthers they attack in a 3-4 defense, and with hopes to contain the aerial attack of the Bears tonight, man. That's the plan for the Porterville, to apply pressure with hopes to contain.
Joshua Ames in there on the tackle for Porterville. And then he'll bring up 1st and 10 for Buchanan with 10 minutes here left in the first quarter. Shotgun, they'll bring the blitz. Throw, he's got a man, complete. First down.
Still up.
Still up. Joel Mora. Oh, I'm sorry. Karanveer Kohan. Sorry. Looking at the wrong roster here.
A skinny post by the receiver. DB has to get out of his break a little bit sooner. Perfect pass by the quarterback. Excellent game.
Well timed by Tyler Fry. First down and 10 from the 24-yard line. Fry will operate from the gun again. He looks near side.
Oh, excellent read.
Screen. They're going to get a flag on that one. Touched the receiver just a little bit too early. Andy Chungala is the man spotted on the penalty.
Just a little too soon. He read the play just a little too soon.
Intended for Adam Sosman. So that will move the Buchanan Bears into the red zone. Pretty good opening drive. Bears,
well, certainly.
Bears are starting fast, Bears.
Yes, last week the Bears were actually in the red zone 5 times. Last week, coming away with points here against Bullard. They look to do the same tonight.
Last week, Fry led the Bears on a 76-yard, 11-play drive to open up the game at Bullard. Well on his way to doing the same thing here.
We have a flag on a play. Offside defense as the Buchanan Bears. The quarterback's able to, with the hard count, to draw that defensive line offsides.
Works to perfection there, and Buchanan's getting a couple of gifts here in the early going.
Timeout.
And that's going to make Carl Scudder call an early timeout. He wants his Panthers to talk it over. Good idea as the Bears inch closer to that goal line.
While we have a break, folks, PlayOnSports.com is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on Play On Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live on-demand games on YouTube.com. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Well, Paris, we're seeing exactly what we thought we would out of Buchanan here. A couple of good runs by Billy East and a couple big plays in the passing game. Scott Buchanan looking pretty good early. I'm impressed.
Most certainly. They've come out here and they're attacking from multiple sets. They're running the football. They're throwing the football. So right now they're balanced right now.
Like you said, those young DBs getting a good workout here early.
Oh, most certainly. Most certainly. I mean, look for the jump ball right here.
All right. It is 1st and goal from the 4. 9:36 remaining here in the first quarter. It'll be Fry in the shotgun, East to his left. And we got a little option. East will take it. He's got a hole. He's going to get it easily. Touchdown, Buchanan.
Fantastic call by Coach Volt and his offensive staff. Billy East on the option, walks into the end zone. The door was wide open.
It was, Paris. Billy East, a 4-yard touchdown run. Nice design play call by Mike Vogt, head coach / athletic director. And Buchanan on for the extra point, and it is good. And that is Draven Davis on for the kick. And Buchanan again for the second week in a row starts early. Nice opening drive. And Porterville and the wing T are going to come up to answer now.
That's what you want to see for the Buchanan faithful. You want to come out here, you want to start fast like we talked about early on, Jason, in the broadcast. And that's exactly what they did. Marching all the way down the field, putting it in, with the option for Porterville, they cannot get discouraged. They need to come out here and put one in. Calm your defense down. It's early in the fight. It's going to be a 12-round bout tonight. Calm your defense and come out and drive down the field.
You're right, Paris. I see your keys to the game. Start fast, develop a tempo. That was a good tempo to that drive. They converted on third downs. They won the battle of the line of scrimmage. All right, Porterville. And Damo Radar back to receive the kick. Folks, you're going to hear his name out of our mouths a lot tonight. This kid has playmaker written all over him.
And he must play big tonight if they're going to get this victory tonight here in Clovis.
Absolutely. Buchanan would be smart to stay away from that young man. He is number 7. And it will not be Radar. Taken by Porterville at the 5. And he is up to the 24-yard line. That was Lalo Nevarez. And that'll bring out Dennis Chester, junior 6-foot quarterback, 165 pounds. A couple of guys you want to look for, Juan Aldaco, Jordan Duran, Luis Panigua. These are the trio of weapons Porterville's going to look to here. They come out quick snap, and give it to the up man. He's up to about the 25, short gain.
There you go. There's that fast, that quick tempo wing T attack. They want to attack. They don't want the defense to actually get set. The inside linebackers, Robert Scanlon, leads the Bears in tackling. The young man had a fantastic week with also Sosman, the safety, the do-it-all guy.
And another quick hike. Out into the flat. He's got a man complete. Up to about the 32, short of the first down. That was Jordan Duran, who we just mentioned ago. It was Austin Hefner on the run before that.
Tackled by Scott Sakamoto.
And that's going to bring up 3rd down and 4. So a quick, big 3rd down for Porterville. Ball is marked at the 31. They need to get to just past the 34. Chester will give it to the up man, and he is stopped short.
He's denied.
And he's going to be about a yard short.
Brought down by number 6, Robert Scanlon, the emotional leader and anchor on that Buchanan Bear defense.
Scanlon led the team last week in tackles, and he's on a big start here again. So 4th and 1, and they will punt this ball away. That's the right call for Porterville.
Most certainly.
And Billy East back to return the punt. And it's a good kick.
He's going to get a shot here.
East is going to let it drop. And he's going to try to pick
it up.
He did recover it. Almost dangerous.
Dangerous thing. He's going to get a mouthful from his coach. That was potential disaster right there on that play by number 8, Billy East.
That's right. Once you let that ball drop, just get away from it. He had big play in mind, but that could have been big play for Porterville.
That's right.
All right, so Buchanan will start 1st and 10 from the 27-yard line. Fry in the shotgun. Back to pass, screen play. Caught. He's going to have the 1st down. He's up near midfield. There's a flag on the play. Knocked it, bounced at about the 42. Looked like Stephen Grady on the play.
Well executed play, Jason. Well executed.
That was nice job by the offensive line. Got out in front of the man. Gave him room to run. See what this flag is.
We're looking at holding against the Bears here.
Oh. And a nice play is negated. And from holding is a spot foul, so the hold actually happened way up past the 1st down marker. So it would actually be 1st down. Let's see, 1st down and 8 is what we have it. Four wide receiver set. Fry back to pass. A blitz. Fry's going to take it and run with it. He's got room. He's going to be close to a first down.
Man, looks good from here, Jason.
Good read by Tyler Frey. Lots of open space to the far side.
Yeah, great decision. Everyone is covered on that play, and the linebackers are dropping deep into a zone. The young man was able to hit the corner and pick up the first down. Oh, no, second and...
Yeah, not a good spot if you're a Buchanan fan.
No, by no means.
Second down and 3. It looked like he went out of bounds just at the marker. 7:19 remaining here left in the first quarter. It's going to be a handoff to East. He's tough running. Going to end up picking up a couple on that play.
That's actually Stephen Grady on the carry.
I'm sorry. Way to pick me up there, Paris. So it's going to be 3rd and short for the Bears. Just past the 35-yard line. They need to get to the 37. And it's going to be a keeper by Frey. He's got a lot of room. Up past midfield. There's a flag down. A good keep by Tyler Frey. Lots of room through that hole. Broke a tackle and a very late flag. It's going to be holding again.
That was a great read by the quarterback. Great fake by the back, Stephen Grady. Young man, running back, defensive back, senior, 5'9", 165 is in the game now for Billy East. And you got to wonder, folks, what's going on with East. He is the starter.
I see Billy East standing on the sideline there at the
helmet off.
Helmet off. He is standing, so nothing severe. But that is Grady in the backfield. And we're going to do this over 3rd down and 5. Frey back to pass. He's got pressure. He's going to roll out and just throw it away. And the Porterville Panthers have stopped him on 3rd down. And that is going to force a Buchanan punt. So a good stop there by the Porterville defense, aided by a couple of holding penalties.
Certainly, win for the defense. Win for that Porterville defense who needed a stop.
Rader is back to return. Soamson is going to punt it. Kick is almost blocked. It's a low one. Going to be a good bounce, and Rader is going to return it. He picks it up at about the 23 and brought down at the 32. Ball came out. They're saying he's down. So just like Billy East, Radar thought he could pick it up and do something with it. 6 minutes and 8 seconds left here in the first quarter. Porterville, this will be their second crack on offense here.
We'll look to see a little Buck sweep on this series right here, Jason. We saw the quick trap. They're already up to the line of scrimmage.
And a quick snap.
There it is.
Going to give it to the running back who picks up about a yard.
And there's that sweep.
And that was Austin Hefner. Well, those big boys up front for Buchanan are clogging those holes, Paris.
That's right. Second key of the game is win the battle of the line of scrimmage here. That's real dirty down in the middle there.
And Damo Rader will check in. He will set up shop here on the near side. And it is a pass play. Chester rolls out, finds Hefner in the flats, going to have a first down. Spin move, good play. Up near midfield to the 50-yard line is Austin Hefner.
Excellent play. Out route by the receiver right there.
Tackle by Nico Moreno.
Caught the Bears overly aggressive. Linebacker shot the gap. He was actually shot the A-gap and was in the backfield. As a Porterville quarterback was able to get it out to his receiver, to the wing.
And we're going to have a flag on this one. Out of the wing tee, the play action can be very deceptive. And this is going to be a false start on Porterville. That'll back them up 5 more yards to the 44-yard line. 1st and 15 for Dennis Chester and the Panthers. That'll hand off. Looks like Duran, number 26.
Well played. Well played. The Bears are hitting the gaps, not allowing us the smaller offensive line chop him down, cut him down.
That was Luke Brooks and Nico Moreno in on the stop. And Porterville now looking at 2nd down and what looks to be about 16.
Passing down.
And that's what it will be. Chester back to pass. He's going to fling it long.
That's
Got a man and caught at the 22-yard line. Lalo Nevarez. Nice play. He beat Adam Sosman, who gambled on the play.
Yeah, that Bear defense has been rocked asleep by the run by the Porterville offense, and now they come out throwing the ball.
Sosman, a 6'2 defensive back, thought he could use all of his 6'2 frame and arms on that one. And Duran will take the handoff inside the 25. It looks like the ball's loose. And the referees will mark it to Porterville. I'm sorry, that was Austin Hefner. That'll be 2nd and 10 for the Panthers here with 4:06 remaining left in the first. Man in motion.
Fly sweep.
And it's going to be Duran who's taking it to the far side with the handoff, and he's up near a 1st down.
Great call. Great call by the Porterville offense. They're really keeping the Bears on their feet. The fly sweep there, buck sweep, trap, deep corner. They're really mixing it up. Quick on the ball.
And you see Buchanan players running onto the field quickly. There's no time for substitutions. Quarterback sneak, and he's going to have the 1st down easy. And a few more.
Oh, just bullying that defensive front right now for the Bears.
Those are big boys up there for Buchanan. They've got to be in shape with this offense.
We call it leverage. Pad under pad, knees bent. Leverage. You don't have to be the biggest guy, but if I'm below you and I'm pushing, I'm going to win that battle.
And Porterville is winning the battle on this drive. 1st down and 10 from the 10. The yard markers are thrown down, so it is 1st and goal. And it's going to be a handoff to the running back. He breaks the tackle down to the 1-yard line. Juan Aldaco, the man who rushed for 100 yards and 3 touchdowns last week, nearly got in the end zone there, and this will bring up 2nd and short from the 1-yard line.
Already on the ball.
Already on the ball. Quarterback sneak, he's in there. Touchdown, Dennis Chester. There's the signal. Boy, it looked like he got in there rather easily from up here.
Oh, man. Quick trap on the previous play for the Panthers, and then straight to the line of scrimmage for the quarterback sneak for the touchdown.
Buchanan defense was not ready for that one. Dennis Chester with a nice call to go quick snap. And Porterville will try for the extra point. It is up. Plenty of leg, and it is good. Joel Mora on the extra point. And the Porterville Panthers have tied it up. They've answered Buchanan.
Well, certainly.
And we have ourselves a tie ball game here, 7-7 with 2:44 here left in the first quarter.
That offense responded extremely well, very calm, marched all the way down the field and put one in.
That was a nice drive. Started at the 32-yard line of Porterville, so it's a 68-yard drive. Capped off by the 1-yard run by Chester.
Early shootout here, Jason.
That's right, Paris. We thought we would see some offense, and we have not been let down.
Question is, can they keep it up against this Division I team? Can they continue to play inspired football? and sneak out of this, out of Veterans Stadium with a win.
Absolutely. Billy East and Ben Sorensen back to return the kick. At the least, Fry and the Bear offense are going to want to give that defense a rest. Saw a couple of guys with hands on their hips after that touchdown. Not much time to breathe when Porterville has the ball. Pooch punt, and it's going to be caught. That looks like number 17, Nico Moreno. Tackled up at the 38-yard line, so Buchanan will have good field position to start this drive.
East back in the game. Billy East, number 8.
He is back in the game
after
a few plays off.
He's in the game as a slot receiver here, folks.
That is Stephen Grady in the backfield. Billy East in the slot.
Lined up next to Sosman here.
And Tyler Fry's going to look that way. Swing pass to Grady. He'll break a tackle, turn it upfield. He's going to be close to a first down. Up to the 46-yard line. Tackled by Davis Short of Porterville.
Wonder what Coach Volt is thinking here as he tries to influence the defense by putting East at the slot receiver and bringing in the what looks to be the quicker back in Grady.
Looking for some matchups in his favor is Mike Vogt. 2nd down and 3. Fry back to pass, has time, he's going deep. It's Sosman. He's good! Oh! He dropped it! He dropped it, he knows it. That was a touchdown. I think the entire stadium had already celebrated, Paris.
I have to agree with you, Jason. Number 4, Sosman, on the 9 route, the simple go route, getting past the defensive back. The ball was perfect, and he just couldn't haul it in.
What a pass right in the breadbasket. Man, I know Sosman wants that one back. 2nd down and 3 still. Fry and the Bears will regroup. It'll be a handoff. Billy East back in the backfield. He's going to be close to a first down. A couple Bears in on the tackle. Anthony Thompson for the Bears.
And they're going for it, folks. Oh, no, bringing in a punt team.
There it is. Paris, from where they got the marker at the 48, that's less than a yard, but Mike Vogt is not going to go for it. But you can't blame him in a tie ball game here early on. 1:21 left in the quarter.
I don't know here.
Sosman back to punt. He will punt it.
He will punt it.
That is not Radar back to receive it. That is Lalo Neverez, who he lets it roll into the end zone for a touchback.
Well, that's most certainly a win for the Panther defense there. Just
absolutely a win. They were looking down the barrel of a 14-7 score.
Oh, most
they
certainly.
Walk off the field still tied.
You know, plays like that, when you miss a shot like that, we call them shots in offenses. When you call a shot, you most certainly have to land a shot, and that was a shot that the Bear offense missed.
And Porterville is back up quickly. Chester will be back to pass. He's got a man, Duran, upended at the 30. And he's going to be close to a first down depending on the spot. And they have given him the first down. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line.
Porterville offense coming out throwing the football.
And there's a handoff. And that'll be 31, Juan Aldaco, who powers forward to about the 37. Roger Bick in on the tackle.
That's a great push by the offensive line for the Panthers right now. As they continue to wear down that defensive front for the Bears right now, it looks really easy. You got to wonder if that Bear defense has figured out what's going on.
And it's going to be a handoff back to Aldaco again. And he's up to the 40-yard line. He's going to bring up a short 3rd down. You're right, Paris. Buchanan's defense, they've got to be on their toes. This is a no time wasted offense by Porterville. Look at that. Buchanan struggles just to get set. Quick quarterback sneak by Chester.
He has it.
He's by the referee's spot. It looks like he's got it.
Oh, he's got it by at least a yard. Multiple subs in now for.
And that is going to bring this first quarter to a close. Porterville driving, game tied at 7.
PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for high school Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage in high school, playoff, and championship sports across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here.
That's right, Paris. That's about the third short quarterback sneak Porterville's used to gain pick up important first downs or touchdowns, whatever it may be.
Yes, the young man is just sneaking. What he's looking to see is what side the nose guard is lined up on, and he's attacking that side. So if the nose guard is shaded inside, he's just going to go the opposite way, and it's quick. It must be a call that the coach allow the young man to do at the line. It's been a great play, very effective for the Porterville Panther offense at this point.
And Porterville 1st and 10. It'll be a handoff to, that is Hefner. And Hefner will pick up a short gain. And we'll mark it at the 44-yard line.
And Damo back into the game here, split wide.
He's the lone receiver to the far side. And it's going to be
a
handoff to Aldaco, it looks like, and Aldaco almost took Chester with him.
No gain.
A no gain that'll put the Porterville Panthers at 3rd and long. But their passing game has been able to work tonight.
Very effective.
Let's see if we'll see a pass here on 3rd and 8. And it's going to be a play action. Chester's back. He's going to roll out, fire, and incomplete. Intended for Navarez. Double covered.
Triple covered.
Triple cover. Navarez made a good attempt to bring it down. Got both hands on it.
Quarterback having faith in his receiver, throwing in a triple coverage with hopes of his receiver bringing that ball down. That's faith.
No fear by Chester on that one.
At all. That Bear defense needed to stop. Right there, win for the defense.
And they did pick up a stop. And we're going to have a timeout. That was actually Dennis Chester lined up back there as the punter. And I think Buchanan wants to talk this one over.
Beautiful night here in Clovis, California, Jason.
It is, Paris. We got a good crowd on hand for Buchanan.
Porterville traveled well.
Porterville did travel well.
Porterville faithful over there, dressed in orange and black.
Porterville fans that did make the trip delighted to see that the JV team won again for their 29th victory in the last 3 years, Paris.
Impressive. Impressive. The future looks bright.
All right, Porterville. 4th down and 8. And Chester going to kick it away. Landed about the 30. It takes a Porterville bounce.
Wow.
And a Porterville roll into about the 9-yard line where it is down.
Inside the 10, well executed.
Well executed punt.
All right. For the Bears, they really need to get East going here. Some consistency, develop a tempo on offense.
Porterville had the win on defense last drive. Let's see if they look to attack, maybe attack deep down the field with Sosman again. It was there. Fry from the 8-9 yard line. It'll be a handoff to East. He jukes. He's up to the 15 and brought down at the 16-yard line.
Good run. Nice hard run by number 8, East here. Trying to get him going again.
Tackled by Johnny Cabagnog. I'm sorry, that was number 34, Draven Davis. Second down and 3 for the Bears. Fry in the shotgun. And he will hand it off to East again. Breaks a couple tackles, and looks to have the first down on the carry.
You know, one thing I noticed about East is the young man runs with great balance. He spun off a defender right there. And the sign of a good back, Jason, is a young back that always falls forward. Great pickup. The young man runs with great power and great passion. Excellent run.
You're absolutely right, Paris. Hard for just one man to bring that man down. Well, first down and 10 for the Bears here. 9:52 remaining in the second quarter. Porterville showing blitz. They'll bring one. And Fry is pressured. And he's making good work back there.
Wow.
And the ball's loose, and he has fallen on it. A lot of movement in the backfield.
A lot of movement. The quarterback running around with the ball very loose.
And running around back there with just one hand on it. Porterville able to knock it away.
Could have been disastrous for the Bear offense.
So Fry able to fall on it. Still Bear ball, 2nd and 15. Fry back to pass over the middle and off the hands of his intended receiver.
Big tight end.
That was Ben Sorensen.
Early miscues for that Bear offense right now. A couple drops here has cost them.
You're absolutely right, Paris. One drive ended with penalties. One drive ended with the incomplete touchdown pass. And this drive is looking a little iffy here. 3rd down and 15. Fry back to pass, going deep. Got a man. That is caught. Out of bounds at the Porterville 46-yard line. Karanvir Cohen able to haul that one in.
Once again, we talked earlier about the young defensive backs for the Porterville Panthers here. That Buchanan offense just taking advantage, just simple 9 routes, just running right past the young defensive backs and making plays.
Well thrown ball by Fry again. He has looked good on those deep passes. 1st and 10 for the Bears. Fry quick over the middle, complete at the 40. And he's going to have a first down. Scott Sakamoto on the catch. And just like that, the Bears are threatening 2 quick first downs. Fry back to pass. He'll go far side. That is caught by Cohan again to about the 29-yard line to pick up a 5.
A 5-yard hitch route. The DBs are playing way off now for the Porterville Panthers.
They're giving him a lot of space.
Oh, we have a man down, Jason.
Yeah, it's Cohan. He's slow to get up. Looks like he's holding, I want to say it's his right leg. Looks like he's grabbing onto the knee.
Oh, you hate to see that.
Yeah, poor guy makes 2 nice plays, and you don't want to lose him if you're the Bear offense. Also, while the trainers tend to Cohan, Paris, the Buchanan Bears offense looks to have found their tempo and rhythm again.
They look good. They're moving the ball well.
I'd say other than that dropped pass by Slomson, they have looked pretty good tonight.
Yeah, attacking through the air, going back, to the deep route that they didn't convert earlier, trusting in their receivers to make the play. Went to Sosman, to the young man that's down on the field right now. Cohan.
Now, you were at the Bullard game last week. You called the Bullard Buchanan game. Is this pretty much how they attacked Bullard as well?
Most certainly. The multiple sets, multiple formations, running the ball, throwing the ball, the quick hitches, hitting the tight end. I mean, look for the tight as they get into the red zone. If they get into the red zone, look for that tight end, the screen route, the quick hitting stuff with the back. The games are actually looking very similar early on.
And that's good news to see. Cohan is up, aided by both trainers as he slowly makes his way off the field. This drive did start at the 9-yard line. And folks, if you've just joined us, we are at a 7-7 ball game. Billy East and the Buchanan Bears found the end zone first on a nice opening play drive. Billy East ran one in from 4 yards out. The Porterville Panthers responded with a 1-yard quarterback sneak by Dennis Chester. And that's where we stand at now with 8:32 remaining left here in the second quarter. Cohan now walking under his own power, which is very good to see.
Good sign, good sign. Way to go, young man.
And here we go. Fry and the Buchanan Bear offense, 1st and 10 from the 27.
Got a little movement there.
And we're going to have a false start on Buchanan.
Jason looks to be one-on-one down here once again with number 4, Adam Sosman.
That is Adam Sosman being covered by Lalo Navarez. Keep an eye on that matchup here as Fry operates from the shotgun, 2nd down and 15. Excuse me, 2nd down and 10. Fry back to pass. He's looking to the left. He's got his tight end, and it is intercepted by Navarez, who broke off of Sosman to cover his intended target, Ben Sorensen. Well done by Navarez. Once again, Fry, we saw that same play earlier in the game where Fry overthrew Sorensen. He did it again this time, and Navarez made him pay.
Well, I just talked about it, Jason, as they try to get closer to that red zone. They're looking to see that crossing around with the big tight end, and it just didn't work again. Overthrow, interception.
Porterville up to the line quickly. This will be Austin Hefner taking it far side. He will be wrapped up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage. And that'll be a 1-yard loss on the play.
And Damo enters the game here.
He is the lone receiver. And it's a reverse to Hefner. And he cuts it back upfield. He'll pick up positive yardage just inside the original first down marker. Pickup of about 3 on the play.
Pretty good gain to the short side of the field there. Look to see that Panther offense work now back to the wide side of the field here.
Third down and 8.
There they go.
And it is a handoff to, looks like Duran.
Oh.
Ooh, he is met hard at the 18-yard line by Sorensen.
Scanlon. Number 6, Robert Scanlon, the linebacker.
Is it Scanlon?
Yes. Robert Scanlon, the inside backer for the Bears, their emotional leader. 100 miles. The young man just went in there and just gave him everything.
That was a collision. And for that collision, the Buchanan Bears have stopped the Panthers. Bring up 4th down and 5.
And that's what you want to see from an inside backer right there. Just filling the hole. Wow.
Absolutely. Paris reckless And we've got a flag. Punt is away. Back to return it is Billy East.
He has a shot here.
Bounce. And he has learned from the last time. He will let this one go. And it'll be downed at the 36-yard line.
Flag on a play, folks.
Draven Davis was down there to down the punt. And we've got a legal formation on the Porterville Panthers. And it looks as if they're going to make them punt it again.
Giving that Bear offense fantastic field position.
And with the way that ball bounced, if you're the Bears, I think you'd like to see them punt that one again. Lalo Navarez back to punt it.
East here very anxious on the last return here.
Kick is almost blocked. East will get a
shot
chance at this one from the 42. And we've got a flag down, and he is bottled up at the 49-yard line. A return of about 7 yards, and we'll see what the flag is. .546 here remaining left before the half. And it looks as if they've picked up the penalty. So the Bears will operate from the 49. Porterville showing blitz. They'll bring the man up the middle. Fry, he's got time to throw.
Lots of time.
And he's
on the ball for the ground.
Porterville looks to have it. And they do. Porterville Panther ball. Anthony Thompson recovers the ball.
Well, it looks to be great protection by the Buchanan Bear offense. Plenty of time. The quarterback just has to relax and compose himself. Plenty of time to sit back down there. He could have worked the left side of the field here. We're back on the ball already.
And Porterville is up quickly. No time wasted. The give is to Aldaco up the middle. And he is stopped for maybe a gain of 1. You're right, Paris. Fry had space and room back there. He decided to break up the field, and once again carrying that ball low with one hand. Wrapped up and turns into a Porterville or a Buchanan turnover.
Young man must secure the football.
And the Panthers up quickly again. Then it'll be a give to Aldaco. No, Chester kept it, and he is dropped at about the 50-yard line. It's going to end up being a loss of 6. Fooled me a little bit on that one. I thought the give was to Aldaco up the middle. Chester kept it. Did not fool the Buchanan Bear defense.
2 receivers in for the Panther offense. And the ball's loose.
And Buchanan has recovered it.
Ref's waving it off.
Waving it off.
Pass.
That looks to be the call. Man, Paris, let me tell you, you cannot blink with this Porterville offense. I'd look down to write a stat, and boy, I look up, I've already missed the play.
They're already on the ball. Their tempo, the speed at the way they play is very fast. That's a true testament to Coach and his staff. These young men, they have to be in fantastic shape to keep up this pace all night.
You're absolutely right, Paris. Defense has got to be on their toes.
Coach Carl Scudder.
3 wide receivers to the right. That's good. 4th down, they're punting it. Billy East back to return it. He'll take it at the 11. And good tackle by Lalo Navarez. Doesn't let Billy East get anywhere. So the Buchanan Bears will take over after the almost turnover disaster. And Buchanan will take over with 4:18 remaining in the second quarter.
A 4-18 before the half here. You don't want to make a mistake down here, but for some reason, I got to say, I think they're going to go to the air, Jason.
Absolutely, Paris, from the 13-yard line. And Fry will be back to pass. He's pressured, and he's dropped it again. And Porterville looks to have it. And back-to-back plays for Tyler Fry. He's let the ball hit the ground. Christopher Atchison knocked the ball loose, and if I'm not mistaken, it was Atchison on the play before. And Porterville is back in business.
You got to settle your quarterback down right now.
You've got to get him to handle two hands on that football. I like the effort. He's trying to make something happen back there. He seems to have decent awareness, but as defenders close in, he's only got one hand on that ball.
And it's low.
And
it's low. Very low. He drops that ball down to his waist.
And here's Porterville. Looks like Aldacco. And he'll take it down to the 11-yard line. No, I'm sorry, that's Jordan Duran.
The Porterville offense, they need to take advantage of these turnovers right here.
That is the third Buchanan Bear turnover. And that was And here we go, Porterville. And he'll hand it off. This time it's Aldacco up the middle. And Buchanan has stopped him at about the 10-yard line.
Nothing there. Through the Porterville offense, you want to come away with some points here.
You know, the Porterville Panthers are almost running into the strength of the Buchanan defense when they run right at their gut like
that interior, that's right.
And the Buchanan crowd will make some noise here on this third down. 3rd down and 8. They can get a first down by hitting the 2-yard line. And it's going to be play action. Chester will throw. He's got a man. A cut. It looks like Duran. Cut. Touchdown, but Panthers.
What a play. The Panther offense actually had the back open, swinging as well as the receiver dragging across the field. 2 men open. Fantastic play. Great cut. Dives into the end zone.
Absolutely, Paris. They've ran that same formation, same pass play earlier in the game where the other running back leaks out, and he was wide open again. Kick is up, and it is good. And that makes it a 14-7 ball game here. Porterville has now taken the lead. Porterville's first lead of the game comes with 2:55 remaining left before the half.
A fantastic play. The linebacker can guard both the drag behind him as well as the swing route. Makes it awfully tough for the linebacker.
Well done, Duran. Made a nice catch, made a defender miss at about the 6-yard line. And into the end zone he was.
And the Panther faithful right now. They believe the Division III Porterville Panthers are now up 14-7.
You're right, Paris. They do believe they have now stolen the momentum. And now if you're the Buchanan Bears with 2:55 left, you definitely want to answer, but you want to be careful with that football at the same time. Billy East back to return along with Logan Stoll. So the Porterville Panthers able to capitalize on the turnover. And Joel Mora will kick it away. Low kick, Stoll can't handle it, is going to drop and bounce to the 1. He's got to take it. And he's going to run it. He's got no blockers. It's all Panthers who will take him down at the 14-yard line.
Great kick.
Well, that was a rough break there, and the Buchanan Bears getting a lot of rough breaks here in the first half.
Fry back out there for the for the Bear offense.
The Bears will come out with 4 wide receivers, 3 to the far side.
What do you think, Jason? They just run the ball, just get out of this half, or?
I think they're going to try and make something happen. They've got enough time. They've got all 3 timeouts. Fry back to pass, got all time. He's going to let it fly. Got a man, and is caught! And he's brought down at the 35 for a first down. Brett Carricker. And I think that answers that, Paris.
Most certainly. Gutsy call by Coach Volton. The Bear offense continuing to go deep, testing the young defensive backs for the Porterville Panthers. Just straight 9 routes. Just running right past the defensive backs.
Absolutely. Fry all day to throw. And that is Stephen Grady in the backfield. Billy East in the slot again. Fry, and he will hand it off to Grady to the near side, and played very nicely by the Porterville defense.
That's exactly what you want to do with that play. The Porterville defense want to continue to stretch that play outside and just continue to stretch that play to the sideline, allowing your troops to rally and make the tackle. Great play on defense.
Anthony Thompson and a slew of other Panthers in on the tackle. And that'll make it 2nd down and 10, 1:48 and ticking. Buchanan all 3 timeouts. Vogt not electing to use one right now. And Fry back to pass. He's going to go deep again, and that one just overthrown. Looking for Cedric Castro. Played very nicely. I believe that was Lalo Navarez on the coverage.
Once again, Jason.
Once again, it was another
9 route. Nothing. They're not reinventing the wheel down there on these routes. Just straight 9 routes. Just my guy is better than your guy.
You're right, Paris. Another Panther behind a Buchanan Bear wide receiver. 3rd down and 10.
Screen.
Looks like a screen. It'll be Grady. And he's going to take it up to the 30, short of a first down. Played very well by the Panthers. Lalo Navarez was in on the stop. And that's going to bring up a 4th down and about 2. And that will force Mike Vogt and the Buchanan Bears to call a timeout and think this one over.
All right, talk it over. Excellent call, though. As the Buchanan faithful begin to chant, I believe that we will win.
Clock has stopped with 1:11 left here before half. Ball on the 28-yard line. Boy, anytime Fry drops back, it is risk-reward back there.
As they continue to go to the air, though, Coach Volt and his staff show confidence in the quarterback, his abilities to come back and continue to make plays and throw that ball downfield. Once again, as we're getting closer to the red zone, look to see that tight end on that crossing route. Look to see that 9 route. Look to see Billy East on the ground. I mean, they have 3 fantastic options and skill position players here as they get closer to the red zone.
Now, Ben Sorensen, the tight end, who has been a target of Fry's in the red zone, is not in on this play. 4 wide receivers. Fry back to pass. He looks at Sorensen. He's dropped it again at the 15. Sosman had a first down.
Looking to turn upfield before he actually caught the football there.
Absolutely. 2 big drops by Sosman in this first half. That definitely could have led to points. Feel bad for that young man. So the Porterville Panthers will take over with 1:06 remaining and 2 timeouts. Come up to the line at the 28, and it is a handoff up the middle to Aldaco. Up the middle for a big run, got a first down to the 44-yard line. Tackled by Kalon Milton.
Junior defensive back coming up to make the play.
And you can't let that happen if you're Buchanan.
No, right up the middle. Clock running here, folks.
Clock is running, 51 and ticking. They're not calling a timeout. Up quickly. And Chester will roll out, flag down. He's going to heave it deep, and it is going to be incomplete, almost picked off. Cedric Castro drops it in and out of his hands.
Not sure if the receivers were set before the quarterback snapped before the ball was snapped. Yep.
And that is going to be on Porterville, so that'll back them up 5 more yards.
The better defense. You got to come up with that interception. Ball hit him right in the hands.
And that may change the strategy of the Porterville Panthers here with only 39 seconds remaining. The wing T isn't your fast-paced offense like the spread. And they will hand it off to Aldaco, but he's got some running room.
And some blockers in front of him.
And he is up. He's going to have a first down up near midfield.
That defense is backed up trying to play the pass here with just
absolutely.
23 seconds now left.
Panthers there's the timeout. They let a few ticks tick away, but 21 seconds left as they call a timeout. You think Buchanan was almost giving them that run?
Most certainly. You know, you're back there and you're trying to prevent the pass and you're in that prevent defense. I do not like it. I say stick with your base. When you back your linebackers up and you back your safeties up, you're vulnerable for underneath routes and crossing and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And that's exactly what the offense wants to do. They want to cross, they want to catch the ball, they want to get out of bounds. You just cannot allow that to happen. Stay in your base and trust your scheme.
Absolutely right, Paris. If Porterville's going to run the ball, then they're almost conceding to go into the halftime, but Buchanan has given up a couple long runs, and if the Panthers get one more of those, they could be looking at field goal range. All right. And here we go. Porterville, Chester's back to pass. He's pressured, but he breaks away from it, and he's going to be brought down at the 45-yard line, what about was the original line of scrimmage. And I believe that's going to do it. 7 seconds, 6 seconds as we tick away. And no timeout. There it is, triple zeros. So that is our first half with our score. Porterville 14, Buchanan 7. Porterville with a little bit of a shocker here against Buchanan. And that's going to do it for our first half. And we're going to be back in a few minutes with the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. Don't go anywhere. We'll talk about what we've seen in the first half and what we'll expect to see in the second half. It's Friday Night Football here on PlayOnSports.com, your destination for high school sports. We'll be right back.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win. Sack at the 20-yard line. What a game.
And number 40, Lucas Zinder with the game-saving sack. And there is heartbreak on one sideline and a jubilation on another.
Offset eye for the Grizzlies as Keeney takes it under center. They'll send a man in motion, pitch back to Bird on the sweep. Bird finds a seam. He might go, folks. 20, 15, 10. Drags a tackler. Touchdown! Bird goes 38 yards for the touchdown on the sweep. One more snap is all it's going to take. And there you have it, folks. Your 2011 Division I Sac Joaquin section champions, the Granite Bay Grizzlies, as they defeat Pleasant Grove 30-24.
Jacqueline Williamson. Her serve is over. Dug by Holt. Giblin going back to Holt near side. Cut shot. Kept alive. Back in one by Cathedral. And this one is out as Castanon Hill sends it wide. And the Cathedral Dons have won the title 16-14 in Game 5.
Thomas with the ball, swings it out to Norris. Cameron Taylor tried to block that one away. Norris with a strong take, blocked by B.J. Anya. Huge block. Robinson leading the break the other way, gets it to Grant. Slam dunk Jeremy Grant off the feed from James Robinson. What a play by the Stag.
Runner at third is Chavez. 8-2 the score. Bottom of the 7th. The 1-2. Popped in the air. This should do it. Cortopassi says it's mine. Now he's fading on it. And he can't make the catch, but Gaff comes in from center field and does. Congratulations to the St. Mary's Rams, a three-peat. They win it 8-2 against Franklin to take the series 2-0.
But this is time to run an offensive set that you've done all through the season in practice.
Yeah. And you also, you get it to your hottest player right now, just like they're getting it to Eichhorst right here. He's going to try to create some space, find somebody on the backside that's open.
Eichhorst flush out to the right. Oh, breaks free of a player. Eichhorst on his own. Shoots and scores. Bounces a shot home. Kuz can't handle the shot. Eichhorst takes off the shirt and the helmet. And how about that? Alex called it. Eichhorst, after sustaining the injury in the third quarter of play, has scored the game winner with 22 seconds gone in the overtime period. Dogpile on the field. Marin Academy take it. A fantastic finish to this game. And, well, I hope his other ankle isn't hurting after this.
Hancock to his immediate left. Two receivers far side, one near side. Hancock on a counter, right side. He's inside the 10. He bounces off a tackler at the 10. The 5. Touchdown, Helix. And behind Hancock, the field is littered with white jerseys on the turf.
Wow. Hancock not to be outdone by his fellow playmakers on offense. Put on a show on that short 12-yard touchdown run. Looked like he was down after 3 yards, just threw a defender on the ground.
Sophomore Chris Carter sits under center. In their tight wing formation, Lycos in motion. Second back through is Freeman. Freeman just knocking people over. Look at him run. Breaks through. 4 tackles. And now it's just a foot race to the end zone. And Freeman's going to go the distance. Touchdown Imperial on the first play of the second half. 2nd and 6 for Imperial from their own 47. They're going to give it to Freeman again off the left side. And Freeman gets by one wave and down across the 40-yard line. Still on his feet. Look at him run down to the 20-yard line. One man to beat. Gets by him. Touchdown, Freeman. How did he do that? Holy cow. 64-yard touchdown run. His 5th of the game. Royce Freeman, ladies and gentlemen, you're about to see the top rushing. And as I look over to our partners at KXO Radio, the top rusher in the San Diego section for the next 2 years.
That's just amazing. That is just amazing. They hit him in the backfield. They hit him at the line of scrimmage. They hit him a couple yards downfield. They hit him again near the goal line.
Keep those Lowell fans quiet over there.
Lum sets it up for Pang. Long, it's out. Low, a magnificent 7 titles in the San Francisco section in dramatic style as they pull out a fantastic victory over a spirited Galileo Lions team. They win the fourth game, 31-29, and they take the 2012 Academic Athletic Association San Francisco section title.
Officials say no 5-second count can be started. Nobody was close enough defensively. Lyle's going to swing left side, Robinson. Here is a backdoor lob for Grant. They've been wanting that all game. And they got it, 50-42. They lulled you to sleep, and then they hit Grant on the back door.
They trail by 2. McMorrow's kick is on the way, and it is good. St. Augustine has their first lead of the game, 21-20, with 25 seconds to play. The senior McMorrow with a huge kick, not the longest of his career, but the biggest of his career. St. Augustine leads it 21 to
already lining up. They won't even have to run that one more play. They just acquiesce.
Why bother?
So there you have it. Your 5-time defending Division III champions, the Cathedral Catholic Dons, running up, over, and through Olympian 41-0 here from Qualcomm Stadium.
Patriots down 21-17. Great ball game here. Dillon taking it, looking right, throwing it up top to Gaines. It will be caught by Gaines. Oh my goodness. It looked like the defender had it, but Gaines stole it away from him. Jason Gaines, are you kidding me, my friend? Oh boy. It looked like for sure we had an interception by the Tories, but as they both were going to the ground, Jason Gaines just wrestled it away from him. Shane Dillon to Jason Gaines on an 11-yard play.
Fanchen in the game, now out, replaced by Hayashi, the libero for defense. Wenzel serve, championship point, ball up in the air. Hayashi's going to bring it back. Richards, deep one, over and 3. Free opportunity, look for Wallace, no, they go Becker. Hayashi, then tap over and 2 by Hollingsworth. Now look for Wallace for the match.
Kathleen Wallace, no better way for the Bulls to finish it than giving it to their senior leader.
25-12, 25-15, and with 8 straight points to close out their 3rd straight D5 championship on a kill by Kathleen Wallace, 25-21 in Game 3. Branson has won the D5 title.
In the backfield, it's Hernandez and Northcutt. Set to throw is Thomas, has time, goes for the home run. It's intercepted in the end zone. Seemed like they tried to go to Martin, and Martin slipped. Stockton, Hilmar, and Escalon. That's going to do it, folks. Victory formation, take a kneel. The clock comes out. The clock will tick down. The players jumping up at midfield. I think I see a Gatorade. Did we have a Gatorade shower?
We most certainly did. Casey Taylor getting the shower there. Very much deserved.
Down to 12.
Great tackle there by Ronald Williams there to make the stop for Helix.
And the Helix fans are starting to celebrate here. This is going to be the final play. 5 seconds. Pow will hand it off. And they're going to get in the end zone. Touchdown. That's Keegan who gets in, but that's going to be the end of the ball game. 44-6 will be the score. So Oceanside scores on the final play of the ball game.
And gets a consolation prize just to make this is kind of say that, hey, we didn't get shut out.
So 44-6 is your score. And Helix is celebrating on the sideline. Oceanside streak of 7 straight championship games has been ended.
2 minutes and 5 seconds left on the clock. Clock rolling, 3rd down and 15 for the Patriots. Dillon, he's got time, steps up. He's going to chuck it deep. He's got a man open. Seth Collins with a diving catch. He hauls it in at the 25. Oh, my goodness.
I'll tell you right there. Dillon goes to show why he is a Division I prospect as he's able to step up, elude the pressure, see Collins down the field, and make the connection. As I'll tell you right now, there has not been a bigger catch for Seth Collins this entire season.
Fans nervously wait on the far side. Trips right. Vernon, the lone receiver to the left. Troy Zine rolls right. Here we go. And he's going to be... Oh, he gets away, but can't get away from the second slew. Vacaville takes over on downs, and the crowd erupts. So does the sideline. Got to watch it. Got to watch the sideline here.
Yeah,
Remember,
really
they were up
stepped
35-26. 2 unanswered touchdowns. That's going to do it, folks. Your 2000.
All right, folks, welcome to the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. We are live here at Veterans Stadium, and where we just saw the Porterville Panthers go into the half with a 14-7 lead. And a couple stats here for you. Dennis Chester, quarterback of Porterville, 5 of 8, 79 yards and a touchdown. Juan Aldaca, 9 carries, 51 yards. And overall, I think the Panthers have to be pretty happy with their defense in the first half. Paris forcing 3 turnovers. Getting to the quarterback, Fry fumbled twice. Also threw an interception. But I think Porterville's got to be happy with where they're at. We saw some good things from the wing tee. The offense has had good tempo, and then they've been moving the football. What have you seen out of Porterville?
Well, the Porterville defense in the first half, they're playing inspired football across the board, with an exception of stopping the 9 route there, that Buchanan Bear offense. If they can figure out how to just play better in the secondary, man, we're looking at a shocker here in Veterans Stadium in Clovis. For the Bears, they just need to get it going. They need to focus. This is not the same Bears team I saw last week against the Bullard Knights. Maybe with the mindset of, hey, we're playing a Division III opponent. I hope that's not the case here because they're playing an inspired Division III opponent here tonight. The Bears really need to go inside and focus and just come out here and finish. That should be the mindset of this Bear offense, this Bear team, is to focus and finish.
We could definitely tell that Carl Scudder's group was intent on stopping the run game tonight, which they've only allowed 33 yards to Billy East. They have been attacked deep through the air, as we've seen. A little update. It looks, although the injury to the young man, Karanvir Kohan, looks pretty significant. I doubt we're going to see him for the rest of the half, and he's a big target at 6'3", 195 pounds, sitting on the trainer's table as we speak. Adam Sosman, the big play man for Buchanan, he's had a couple drops. I mean, this could easily be a 21-14 game. So the opportunities have been there for the Bears. They're just unable to cash in on them. I'm sure that was a point of focus for Mike Voigt's group during the half, just to capitalize on those big plays, not turn the ball over. I'd be surprised if we see another turnover from Buchanan in the second half.
I'd look to see the Bears come out and can play inspired. Try to find that spark that was fantastic for the Bears last week. I think they're really going to get it going in this second half of football and pull away.
As Buchanan gets ready to enter into the field here. Home crowd letting the Bears know they are still behind them, as the Bears find themselves behind the Porterville Panthers 14-7 after the first half.
Well, Coach Vogt and his team, I'm almost positive what he told them in that locker room is like, look, hey, we took their best shot. We took their best shot, and we're going to come out and we're going to play fast, and we're going to put one on the board.
Absolutely, Paris. If you've just joined us, the scoring was started early off I believe it was a Jordan Duran. No, it was a Billy East 4-yard touchdown run for Buchanan on the opening drive. That got Buchanan up 7-0. Porterville answered back with a 1-yard touchdown run from Dennis Chester, who I've liked what I've seen out of the kid today. When he goes back to throw the ball, he's been on target with his passes. I think he's doing a superb job running this Panther offense. After the touchdown run from Dennis Chester, after the third turnover from the Buchanan Bears, it was Jordan Duran on an 8-yard catch from Chester that made it 14-7. All right, folks, that's going to do it for the PlayOnSports.com halftime show. We've got a minute and a half till kickoff. We're going to take a small little break, and then we'll be right back with the second half kickoff. So stay right with us here on PlayOnSports.com. We'll be back in a moment.
one match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
3:16 left to go in this ball game. I formation, 3rd and 3 from the 45 of the Wolverines. And this time, holy cow! Dion almost hands it to the Westview player. He's going to run this to the 5-10. Touchdown, Wolverines! How did that happen? That was
Snyder.
Holy cow! He was in the backfield before the running back could even get the handoff. He took the handoff from Dion.
He took the ball right out of Dion's hands and just...
Holy cow!
Can't say I've seen that one very often.
Snyder comes shooting in from the A-gap. I think Dion froze when he saw him. He's ready to hand off to his running back. He froze when he saw him and just let him have the ball. 12 seconds to go.
Oh, you could hear a pin drop.
5, 4, 3, 2. Get the snap off. Last play of the game. Brewster rolls right. Gets away from 2 sacks. Dons win.
All right, folks, we are back, and we are ready to go for the start of the second half as the Bears will be kicking to the Porterville Panthers. That is Lalo Navarez and Damo Rader back to return the kick. Got an update for you on the Merced Edison game. Merced is actually up 21-7. If you're interested in that score. And here's the kick. It is up, and it'll be Lalo Navarez. Oh, he lets it drop, picks it up at the 15, and he'll be, I'm sorry, at the 10. He is up to about the 16-yard line. Boy, we've almost seen some disasters in the kicking game tonight, Paris.
Yeah, both teams want to look to tweak the special teams for next week.
And Dennis Chester will bring the Panther offense out. They will operate from the 18-yard line. And we'll see what kind of second half adjustments Carl Scudder and his team have made. And it'll be a handoff to Austin Hefner. And he is stopped immediately by Roger Bick. And that'll be a no gain on the play.
So they're trying to run that Porterville offense. Continues to try to run that buck sweep. Trying to get to the edge.
I feel like that's where they want to attack. It's tough to attack the interior line of Buchanan. The strength of their defense. If they get to the outside, damage can be done. And that'll be a quick handoff. Goes to about the 19-yard line. That looks like Eldaco.
Quick give to the fullback. Eldaco, young man, runs hard, continues to fall forward. He's picking up the tough yards.
Eldaco, 9 carries, 51 yards in the first half.
Here comes in. And Damo here, look for the Panther offense to go to the air on 3rd down.
Chester up to the line, and he's going to hand off to, it looks like Eldaco again. And he is close to a first down. I'm sorry, that was Duran. So many weapons back there, Paris, it could be anybody.
Yeah, that was the first time we've seen that play tonight.
And what brings up a 4th and 1. And Carl Scudder is going to elect to punt.
Well, Coach Scudder came out very conservative. I'm actually surprised. Run. Yeah. Very conservative.
Almost picked up a first down, just 1 yard shy. Lalo Navarez back to punt. And he will let this one go. Pretty good kick. Billy East has it this time. At about the 22. He's going to take it upfield. We've got a flag down. He's breaking it to the near side. One man to beat. And he will get him out of bounds.
Flag on the play.
Well, that's what Billy East can do when he gets the ball inside the Porterville 30-yard line, but we do have a flag thrown way back.
Typically
at about where he caught it.
Yes.
And that's exactly what it is, Paris. So a return of 51 yards is going to be negated. And the referees will bring this all the way back to Buchanan's own 24-yard line. So Buchanan did what they needed to do, come out, get a stop, set the tone early in the second half. Stephen Grady will come in at tailback. That'll move Billy East to the slot. And Fry drops it, picks it up, and he's got some running room. He's going to take it himself. He's going to have a first down. Up past the 40, knocked out of bounds at the 47-yard line. And Tyler Fry puts it on the ground again. This one, however, remains with the Bears and made a little something out of it.
Well, that Porterville defense playing the pass. Everyone dropping back. The young man dropped the ball again and was able to get to the edge, pick up a great gain. No one was there. But you don't want to.
It was a nice decision that time by Tyler Fry. And a first down and 10 for the Bears. Fry looks to the far side. He's got Sosman deep, but Lalo Navarez plays it greatly, and it is picked off. That one had a lot of air under it, Paris, and Lalo Navarez makes his second interception of the game.
Young man threw off his back foot. Way too much air.
Lalo Navarez looked like the intended receiver on that one.
Looked like he was catching a punt.
And for what about looks like the first time tonight, Porterville was ready for the deep ball.
Ready to go.
9:03 remaining left in the third quarter. And we are going to get a flag. I thought they might let it go.
Some movement up front.
A couple members of the Buchanan defensive line jumped. And they will call it on Buchanan. Looked like Connor Martinez. So 2nd and 3 from the 25. And it's going to be a give up the middle. He's got a first down. Up to the 31-yard line.
They are just
so quick.
So quick. El Daco on the carry. To the line of scrimmage, the ball snapped, and they're just going.
From the 31. Man in motion again, and it is a sweep to, looks like Duran, but well played by Ben Sorensen.
There you go.
And that's going to be a loss of what looks like 4 on the play. They're going to say 3, so it's a loss of 3, 2nd down and 13. Chester, play action pass, and he's going to be hit. And they're going to say incomplete pass.
There's a defensive end coming off the edge there.
And that was Connor Martinez making up for that penalty.
Blows right past the wingback. Number 22 for the Porterville Panthers. Austin Hefner.
And the bells ring here at Veterans Stadium for third down Thunder.
2 receivers into the game for the Porterville Panthers on a passing down.
Lalo Navarez and Andomo Rader are the wide receivers. We've also got a slot receiver. Chester, traditional drop back, but it's a screen. El Daco has it. He's going to have the first down.
What a call.
Or is he?
What a call.
Is he? You know, I'm looking at the far side of the down markers, and I think he's actually short, if I'm not mistaken. And Buchanan Bear limps off the field. That is Robert Scanlon.
Leading tackler for the Bears.
So they did not get it. The official on that far side of the field was hiding the first down marker. He was hiding it from me, PG. That's why. So it is 4th down and 6 from the 35. It was a gain of 7 on the play. It was a nice call. Billy East back to return it. Kick is a good one. End over end. East lets it go through his hands, and that's a Porterville Panther football.
That is another mistake for the Buchanan Bears tonight.
The 5th turnover by the Buchanan Bears. And another mistake in the kicking game. Numerous attempts to catch a kick have gone awry for both teams, but more so Billy East. Billy East benched in the first half for the first punt of the game that he tried to make a play on. And we'll see what Mike Vogt has in store for East on their next possession. Meanwhile, Aldaco, and he'll lose a couple right at the middle.
Well, once again, the Porterville Panthers here knocking on the door again, coming from a Buchanan Bear turnover.
Boy, Porterville can really set themselves up nicely with a score here, Paris. And 2 wide receivers to the near side. Chester back to pass.
Screen.
He will roll out. He will
No,
throw
out.
it, and it is tipped and caught. It went through 2 different sets of hands and caught. Went through Hefner's hands, went through Brent Carricker's hands of the Bears, and eventually caught by Lalo Navarez.
And that is what kind of night has been for the Buchanan Bears.
Absolutely. And where Lalo Navarez has just been all over the field tonight. So 3rd down and 3, just like they drew it up. And Aldaco's going to have a first down, some tough running inside the 10.
Trap to the fullback.
And that's going to make a 1st and goal for the Panthers with 6:12 here left in the 3rd quarter. Hefner in motion. They give it to Aldaco, and he's up to about the 5-yard line.
Running right over center. Right over center. Just another trap. Power football.
Buchanan's got to make a stand here, PG.
They need it with 5:38 left in the 3rd.
It is 2nd down and goal. They cannot get a first down. And Chester will play action. It is a throw, and it is picked off. And it's Sosman. They are saying it is a turnover.
That's exactly what the Bear faithful needed.
That was exactly the stop they needed. And good to see it was Sosman. He's had a rough game. And that's going to help make up for it a little bit. Chester led his man just a little too much. But Fry's got to be careful. He's put the ball on the ground a few times today. He can't do that here.
It's got to be a give to East right here.
It's going to be a quick throw, and it is incomplete. Dropped by Brett Carricker. And actually, Paris, we've got Aaron Aruda in the court. as the new quarterback.
Oh, we have a new quarterback.
Tyler
in the game,
Fry has been pulled. I'm not sure why, injury related or not. But Aaron Aruda, the 6'1 junior, is now in at quarterback. And what a time to come in at your own 2-yard line. 2nd down and 10. And he's going to try and run it, and he's just outside of the end zone. He avoids the safety. And I'm looking. Tyler Fry is on the sideline with his helmet on, looking on intently. Meanwhile, 3rd down and long for Aruda and the Bear offense. East in the backfield.
Bear offense changing the play at the line of scrimmage.
4:32 remaining in the quarter, and we've got a flag.
Delay of game.
It is delay of game. Well, if you're going to take a penalty, I guess you want to take it on the 2-yard line where it's only going to cost you a yard. So it makes 3rd down and 10.
You got to wonder, folks, with a new quarterback in the game, how that changes the scheme of the offense. Here on a half roll.
He's going to roll out, and he's going to find his man, Scott Sakamoto, well short of the 1st down. And the Bears will come into punt.
Yeah, a quick out just to give your punter a little bit of room to get the ball off.
You're right, Paris. A little bit of breathing room. Tough spot for Aaron Aruda. But more importantly, he didn't turn the ball over. And the Bears are still in this game. And Panthers really let one slip through their hands on that last possession.
Oh.
Punt is up. They've got 2 men deep and another botched kick.
And the Bears
have it. Unbelievable.
Mistake after mistake after mistake.
Now Julian Orozco and Draven Davis were both back to return the punt. Orozco's the one that caught it and let it slip through his hands.
I think both teams are going to spend a little extra time on special teams this week.
Yes, they are, Paris. That is turnover number 7 in this game. And it is Aruda still in at quarterback from the 32. Back to pass, looking. He's going to fire. Overthrown and picked off. Lalo Navarez, number 3. And he's going to be tackled. And down at the 39, we've got a couple flags. And Aaron Aruda has turned it over as well. Lalo Navarez, who has just been all over the field today, making tackles. 3rd interception of the game.
Catching balls.
And this penalty is going to go against Porterville. It's going to be after the interception, so it will remain Porterville ball. Looks like a legal block in the back. So the referees will mark it at the 41-yard line. Boy, some sloppy play to open up the second half. Who can hang on to the ball is going to be the winner of this game, and that is Jordan Duran right up the gut to the 46-yard line. Pickup of about 7.
As they continue to run the football. Looking to see the ground game pick up here with so many interceptions.
Absolutely. Then they're going to call that a 5-yard gain. 2nd down and 5. It is another give to Aldacco, and he is met at the line of scrimmage by Rock Pifferini.
Linebacker, 6 foot, 190 pounds. Filling the hole there. Great stop. .320 left here in the 3rd quarter.
Big third down here, and they give us to the tailback. Jordan Duran stopped short of the first down.
Young man had the outside. Not sure why he turned it up. No defenders to the outside. If he continues to come this way, he has one man to beat.
But instead, it's a 2-yard gain and 4th down and 3. And the Porterville Panthers will bring in the punt team. And Billy East is back there to return the punt.
A late Panther running onto the field.
And that is going to force a timeout. And that was a key time to use a timeout. Leaves the Panthers now with only 2 left.
Another mishap in the special teams department, Jason.
And you're absolutely right, Paris. The Bears cannot afford any more mistakes in the kicking game, any more mistakes at all for that matter.
It's most certainly been a fight here. Locked at 14-7.
It has definitely turned into that 12-round bout you were talking about earlier. Both teams trading punches. So Mike Volk is sticking with Billy East. Back to return this punt. Every punt has been an adventure for Billy back there tonight.
Are we going to see a fair catch here or what?
I would think so. He's standing at the 15. If he has to go back any farther, I would think it's going to. It's going to.
The fake.
He looks to fake. He's going to throw it. Incomplete. And no flags. This will stand, and Porterville has turned it over on downs. The Bears were not fooled. And that's just what the Bears needed. Billy East having trouble handling kicks, and you're not going to kick it to him.
Wow, Coach Scudder on the fake.
Interesting call there. 2:25 left in the third. Tyler Fry back in at quarterback. Billy East the handoff.
Breaking tackle.
And Billy East up to the 45-yard line with some tough running.
Folks, remember that 4th and 2 play.
And Mike Vogt didn't stick with Aaron Aruda long. 2 drives, an interception later, and Tyler Fry has returned. And we've got an injured Panther. Brian Walker has gotten up slowly. And he looks to be okay. We'll walk it off. The Bears can steal this momentum back here with some points on the board. Billy East in the backfield. Fry from the gun on 2nd and 6. He will hand it off to Billy. Big hole. First down. And he is stopped at about the 35-yard line. Stopped by Draven Davis, who made a huge tackle.
Excellent. As you notice, folks, the back will shift to the left, to the right. There we go. There's that shift again. It's something that they see in the defense.
And that handoff was not clean. Billy East did a good job to secure the handoff. Porterville was ready for that one. And a loss of 3 on the play. Fry back to pass. He will look far side. He's got a man. Breaks the tackle, and he is going to be short of a first down.
Very
Brett
close.
Carricker on the reception. You know, the more decisive Fry is, the better he looks. And there's a handoff to East. Big hole. He's got a first down. He's going to go into the end zone.
Touchdown.
Touchdown Bears.
Billy East finds the end zone. Excellent run, breaking tackles.
Billy East was not to be denied. A 16-yard touchdown run, his second of the day. And barring this extra point, we could be tied. Brett Arkelian, and he has got it. We are tied at 14.
Execution fuels emotion, folks.
And emotions are now running high on this Buchanan sideline. They are back in it with 56 seconds here left in the third. And as you said earlier, PG, remember that 4th down and 2 play.
Big play.
The Bears have taken advantage.
Buchanan going to East in the ground game. Getting it done.
Billy East started off that drive with a hard 6-yard run, and you could tell he wanted the football. And that has got the student section and band for Buchanan going, as Brett Arkelian is set to kick it away. Lalo Navarez and Domo Rader back to return. And it's going to be another poocher, and they're going to let it drop, but taken. And he's breaking some tackles.
There's no one outside.
Up the middle, we've got a flag down about midfield. Andy Changala picked up the kick. And a very nice return. I almost thought that was another mistake, letting it hit the ground, but a good bounce for Porterville.
Let's see what the call is.
Whatever it was, 2 referees saw the same thing.
We're backing up.
It's going to be on Porterville. Looks like holding. So Porterville will start now from the 22. Chester will roll out, looks to pass. And he will throw it, and he's done it exactly that and picked off Brett Carricker. And all of a sudden, things unraveling for Porterville. And we've got a late flag.
Unsportsmanlike conduct.
Carricker was celebrating a bit too much.
But for the Porterville offense, you can't just throw off your back foot. Just throwing the ball up there for grabs. Young man has to realize that if it's not there, just simply throw the ball out of bounds.
You're absolutely right, Paris. That's exactly how Chester's last interception ended up down on the goal line. He was fading back, throwing off his back foot.
They're just shooting themselves on the foot here, giving the Bears opportunities to get back in this game.
So the last three possessions for the Panthers, we've had an interception in the red zone, a fake punt, or fake punt that didn't work out, and now another interception. And this is all Buchanan time now.
Option.
Fry going to take it himself. And some late flags thrown in. And a late hit, a third flag has come in with a late hit out of bounds. Well, all sorts of things going on that play.
Things coming a little unraveled here. Into the third.
Right, Bears. 32 seconds left here in this third quarter that I think both teams would like to see end here. So they're going to mark this off in favor of the Bears.
2 personal fouls.
2 personal fouls on the Panthers. Wow. And all of a sudden, Buchanan is in Porterville territory.
Coach Scudder cannot be happy. 2 personal fouls, giving the Bears excellent field position.
Boy, this is where Buchanan can do a lot of damage if they can capitalize on this one. Everything going wrong for the Panthers.
Here we go, one-on-one once again down here at the bottom of the...
Down low, Navarez and Sosman. Fry, low snap, he's got it. Block picked up well, thrown, and it is caught. Far side, that is Brett Carricker again.
And the comeback, excellent route.
And the Bears will have a first down.
Ball placed only where the receiver could have caught the ball.
And the Bears up quickly. It looks like they'll get another snap off before the quarter ends here. 12 seconds and ticking. It's going to be a handoff to Billy East. And he's got 2 men to beat. And brought down at the 21. That was Lalo Navarez, possibly saving a touchdown. Lalo Navarez and Draven Davis on the stop.
Billy East coming alive here in the second half.
Absolutely, and that's going to do it, I believe, for the third quarter. There it is. We have hit triple zeros with our score tied at 14. However, the Buchanan Bears driving, making some noise.
Stay tuned for the PlayOnSports.com post-game show, where we will select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from this ball game. That's coming up following the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
As the Buchanan Bears hold up 4 fingers to represent the all-important fourth quarter.
Jason, almost seems like whoever has the ball last is going to take this one.
Absolutely, Paris. Whoever can afford not to turn the ball over in this fourth quarter. Ball security, numero uno of importance. So Buchanan will switch sides of the field. They've had good success at this side of the end zone. This is where their first touchdown came on the opening drive. Fry back to throw.
Oh, he pumps.
Fakes, and he's going to go to Carricker. Carricker, off his hands. Tried to bring it in one-handed. He could not do it. Well thrown ball, however. Fry has been on point with his deep balls.
Great call down here on the double move here with the kind of stutter and go with the pump. Had the young defensive back again.
And Fry's going to be an option. It'll pitch to East. He cuts it up field. He's got a first down inside the 10, down to the 5-yard line. Possibly inside the 5-yard line. Tough running by Billy East. And that's going to be first and goal. Joshua Ames and on the touchdown saving tackle.
Bears knocking on the door here.
Bears are knocking on the door from the 4-yard line.
Man
first
defense.
and goal.
Man defense by the Porterville Panthers.
And it's going to be a give to East. He's going to take it far side. And he is stopped. And he is not going down easy.
Second and goal, folks. If the Porterville Panthers come back out on that man defense, look for the Bears to go jump ball in the corner down here. Number 3.
Looked like Alex Lindley was in there on the tackle. Here we go, second down and 3. East in the backfield, one-on-one on the outsides. It is a give to East, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown Bears! And that is the third touchdown for Billy East on the night. Runs of 4, 16, and now 3.
Do we have a man down for the Porterville Panthers there in the end zone?
It looks that way, Paris. Way deep in the back of the end zone.
Young man's up, walking on his own power.
Looks like Johnny Cabignog, defensive lineman. And our Keeling on for the extra point, and he's got it.
Well, Jason, the momentum has most certainly shifted in the favor of the Buchanan Bears here tonight.
It absolutely has, Paris. Since about 5 minutes left in the third quarter, everything started to go wrong for the Panthers. And we are definitely going to see what these kids are made of here with 10:42 left in the game. This is amazing to think, Paris. 5 turnovers by the Bears, and they are up 7 points.
No, you don't see that often. You don't see that often. That's that's a little bit of luck. I think I might play the lotto this week, Jason.
Definitely tell Mike Vogt to buy a few tickets. And so the Buchanan student section on their feet.
Sosman in to kick the ball.
It is Sosman.
He is not the regular kicker.
No, Arkelian is not in there. Sosman boots it. It's a good one. It is taken by Julian Orozco. Or sorry, that's Lalo Navarez. I'm sorry. Makes the man miss. Spins, still on his feet. And he is taken down at about the 24-yard line.
All right, we'll see if that Bear defense can contain the quick tempo. Porterville Panther offense here with 10:27 in the fourth.
That's right, Buchanan with the momentum. And a quick hike, sweep. Ball is given to Hefner. And he is brought down after a gain of about 4. Chester, well, it is a sweep to Jordan Duran. And great tackle.
That play took way too long. Way too long.
Brett Carricker in on the tackle. And he saved quite a few yards on that one.
Now, once again, folks, look to see that Porterville offense attack with the run, but come with a quick pass here. They're just slowly rocking that Buchanan Bear defense to sleep here. Here we go.
They're almost going to have to pass here, Paris. 3rd down and 9. Chester is back to pass. He's going to roll left. He's going to throw. Got a man. Navarez! He's got it and a first down. Juggled it for a minute, but he maintained possession. And that was a huge play for the Panthers.
Great play. Young man just sat in the window. The quarterback just found him. Sidestepped the defender. Picked up the first down. The Bear defense has got to understand that that is a passing down.
Gave the receivers a lot of room. Duran in motion. And
a little bit of movement.
We've got a flag. Going to be full start on the Porterville Panthers. .904 left in the game. So first and 15. And it is a give to Aldaco. And he is up to the 43-yard line. He gets the penalty yardage back.
That's right. Back to the original line of scrimmage.
Still plenty of time for the Panther offense. They have nothing that they need to get out of their game plan for. And deep in a game like this is where you hope that wing T offense has worn down the defense a bit.
That's right.
Chester
Swing.
back to pass. Drop back. He's going to throw. He's got Navarez. Complete. First down. Out of bounds at the 44-yard line.
Excellent out route there. The Bear defense, they're playing a little too far off, a little too conservative right now.
Mr. Important Lalo Navarez.
Young man has been all over the field tonight.
We have called his name a lot, and I don't think we're done doing it. 8:18 left on a huge drive for the Porterville Panthers. Down 7. There it is, a sweep. It is Hefner trying to get to the outside. He was ran down by Sosman. And Adam Sosman making the plays in this second half.
From his safety position, coming up, making the big play there.
After a first half he'd like to forget. So call that a no gain.
And Damo Radar into the game. Radar.
I like that name.
That's his nickname.
And they're telling Radar he is on the wrong side of the field. And we'll now set up on the far side and delay of game.
Radar matched up with number 27, Kalon Milton, the junior defensive back for the Buchanan Bears. Maybe Coach Scudder looking for a matchup there.
And that would have been tough to burn their second timeout in that position.
7:23 left to go in the fourth.
So that'll make it second down at 15. And the give is to Duran. He's going to throw it. He's got Navarez, who makes a play on the ball. That's going to be a flag, pass interference. Underthrown, but with Sosman not looking back for the ball, is going to end up working out for the Panthers.
Once again, rocking that Buchanan Bear defense to sleep with the run. The sweep pass, underthrown.
Not the prettiest throw by a running back, but it gets the job done.
Yes, it does.
It is not a spot foul like it is in the NFL. Much like the college rules, a 15-yard penalty. So overcoming a down and 15 yards twice in this drive. And I'm impressed. Porterville, for the most part, has answered that touchdown. Let's see if they can finish it off. They're going to give it to Aldaco.
To the fullback.
Down to the 31-yard line.
They're just going to the run, continue to pound the ball, sweep, trap, and then catching that Bear defense with a pass, whether it's the out, a corner, a comeback.
And here we go, second down and 6:35 remaining. It is a handoff to Duran, but met in the hole, Robert Scanlon.
There it is again.
With a nice tackle.
Number 6, Robert Scanlon, the emotional leader on that defense. With 6:22, with 6:18 left.
And Scanlon is firing up his D. They've got a big 3rd down and 6 upcoming.
Time continues to tick away. Porterville Panthers here just moving a little slow here, to my surprise.
Chester back to throw. Fade route to Navarez, but played well and picked off. Scott Sakamoto.
Not quite sure what the plan was for that one. Again, folks, the young quarterback throwing off his back foot, just heaving it up with the hopes of his receiver making a play.
Once again, a ball with a lot of air under it. And another turnover for the Porterville Panthers, their 3rd of the game. And that one costly. And looks like a keep by Tyler Fry. That doesn't go for very much. Gain of nothing on the play. It'll bring up 2nd down and 10.
Guessing the Bears are going to keep the ball on the ground here.
You're right, Paris. I definitely want to use some of that clock. 5:23 remaining. 2nd down and 10.
Option
beat.
Surprise.
Billy East broke a tackle, still going. Could have been stopped for a big loss in the backfield, but Maine gets positive yardage out of it.
Making moves, quick feet, dancing left, right. Young man has had everything tonight.
It ends up being a gain of 8 yards. They're going to call it 7 yards. 3rd down and 3. Big play right here. Fry will take the snap. He will look right. He has a man. Complete. 1st down. Caught by Cedric Castro.
So a 5-yard hitch route. Porterville defense playing just a tad bit too off right there.
And that's going to milk a few more minutes off this clock. 5 minutes and counting. Fry will hand it off to East. Up the middle, past the 30, down to the 32-yard line.
He is running hard, folks.
He is running hard. He is running violently when he touches that football. 4:30 remaining. And it'll be East again, up the middle, 1st down. And Billy East carrying the Bears right now.
That Porterville defense shot the gap. The blitz was timed perfectly, just the wrong way. They have got to get a stop here.
And the referee signals the clock to continue to run. 4:17 and counting. 1st and 10 from the 41. Fry will hand off to East. Big hole. He's got another 1st down. Splits the tacklers. He's still going. He's going to go. 10, 5. Touchdown, Billy East.
Running hard and inspired, Billy East carries the Buchanan Bears into the end zone again.
Indicative of how he's ran all game long. One man is not going to bring him down. What a stiff arm.
Breaking tackles.
What a run. What a game. 41-yard touchdown run, and that will pretty much seal it. As Arkelian tacks on the extra point to make it 28-14 Bears. With 4:03 remaining, the Porterville Panthers now need 2 touchdowns to tie. And this is where that wing T offense, we're going to have to see some passes out of it now.
This is what we talked about early on in the show, folks, that when you run the wing T offense, that predominantly run offense, it's extremely tough to play from behind here. Down 28-14. Every down is almost a passing down for the Porterville Panthers here.
Absolutely. They are going to need to score fast. Billy East, touchdown runs of 4, 16, 3, and 41. And it is Sosman again. He will kick it off, and, well, that's a good break for the Panthers.
If you're Buchanan Bear defense, you just want to prevent the big play right here. You don't want anything to get behind you. Oh, they're kicking again.
They are actually going to make them kick it again.
Special teams coach for the Panthers scooting the alignment up for the return team.
The referee, or the lineman, actually did the illegal procedure move, so it was actually a legal procedure on the kicking team, and that's why we're doing it over again. So 5 yards back, and the kick will now be from the 35. Sosman kicks a low line drive, taken by Navarez from the goal line. He will bring it out, and he's got some room to the near side. Cuts it up. Still on his feet. Still on his feet.
Still up.
Oh, he's got one more man to beat, but not.
Kalon Milton holds on.
Probably ran out of energy.
Yes. Kalon Milton holds on for what could have been.
Wow, what a run.
Fantastic.
Andrew Moreno hanging on for dear life. That's all the Bears needed to do was just get him on the ground.
Here we go. Let's see what that Porterville Panther offense is going to do here with 3 minutes 45 seconds left to go in the fourth quarter.
Chester's going to have to sling it, and he's got a couple picks on the day already. That one incomplete.
Buchanan Bears getting pressure on the quarterback there.
Buchanan Bear defense teeing off now. 3:42 left in the game. All right, Porterville, 2nd down and 10. Chester will roll to his right. He throws off his back foot and drops. Incomplete. And intended for, looks like Austin Hefner.
Number 22. Austin Hefner.
And now Porterville comes up to a 3rd and long.
Two receivers in here.
And you've really got 2 plays to get 10 yards.
That's right. That's right.
So it is imperative that they get some yardage here on this one. Chester rolls back. Got time. He's going to go deep, and all sorts of covered on that play. Intended for Jordan Duran, but triple covered.
Kalon Milton and company on the coverage there.
Chester fortunate that it was long and incomplete. And the game will pretty much come down to this: 4th down and 10 for Chester and the Panthers.
For that Buchanan Bear defense, you just simply cannot let a man get behind you. And you can't allow the tip ball. timeout on the field.
And we do have a timeout. This one taken by Buchanan, their first of the second half, with 3:29 remaining. Folks, we remind you to stay with us after the game, where we will have our PlayOnSports.com post-game show, and we will have our MVP, who at the moment stands to be Billy East and his 4 touchdowns. Put the Bears on his back in the second half. So we have that coming up right after the game. Stay tuned. And here we go, 4th down and 10.
Safety.
And they are in punt formation. Lalo Navarez back there. And are they punting it? Yes, they are. And it will hit at the 30, and it will take a Panther roll down to the 15-yard line. So Carl Scudder, coach of the Panthers, thinking his defense can get a stop here.
Well, that's why he's down there, and we're up here because I don't understand that one, folks. With 3 minutes and 21 seconds to go, and you're down 14-28, and you punt the ball.
And having trouble stopping Billy East, of all people.
And you best believe that they're going back to East here.
First and 10 from the, looks like the 16-yard line. And it is East. And he's breaking tackles. So tough to bring down. He's up to the 28-yard line, it looks like.
He's just running so hard right now. Driving his legs. Ball's covered up. Head down.
Clock ticking under 3 minutes now. 2nd down and 3. Porterville's going to need to stop number 8.
And the Bears just simply taking their time.
The Bears are in no rush. Fry, hand off to East. He's going to have a first down. Close. And the referees have signaled first down. And that is pretty much going to ice this one out. I don't see Carl Scudder using his timeouts, electing to punt for it on 4th down. .205 remaining. Hand off to Billy East, and the Panthers do a good job of bottling this one up. However, a late flag is thrown. And we've got a face mask on Porterville. That was the last thing that they needed. This is just a 5-yarder. So my partner has gone downstairs to retrieve our player of the game, which we'll be having right after this game wraps up. He is going down there to wrap up Billy East and bring him on back up here, where we will ask him a few questions. And the Buchanan Bears will start off 2-0 after this matchup, and we'll head to Liberty Bakersfield next week. Meanwhile, Porterville will regroup and head to Hanford. Very impressed with Buchanan today, the way that they've played. A lot of turnovers, a lot of sloppy play, but a strong second half, no less. I think overall Mike Volk will be pretty happy with what he's seen out of the gate this year with the win at Bullard and now the win here against Porterville. So Porterville ended up taking a timeout. They are now down to their last one. Clock stopped with 1:53. Second down and 5. Going to give it to Billy East, and he gets a couple short of the first down. And Porterville will use their third and final timeout with 1:44. Porterville going to have a big third down up and coming. We have an update on the Edison-Merced game. Edison up 28-21 on a Carey McGee 1-yard run. A couple other updates. Clovis North leading Buha Colony 30-7 late in the fourth. And Bullard is up 21-14 against Garces here in the third. And a big third down and 2 up and coming here for the Panther defense. And it'll be a handoff to East. And he's got it easily. Up past the 40. And that's going to do it. The Buchanan Bears can ice it from here. Fittingly, it is Billy East putting it into it. And 1:34 and ticking. Porterville unable to stop the clock. And Billy East, another run up the middle. And he will be taken down at about the 45 for a gain of 5 as 1:09 and counting is left. What a game it has been today, folks. We've had 8 turnovers. We've had 6 touchdowns. We've had quite the highlights on special teams. And a fantastic game by Billy East, and not to be overshadowed is a fantastic game by Lalo Navarez for the Panthers in what will be a losing effort. And a kneel and 30 seconds and counting. Folks, I remind you to stay with us here. As soon as this concludes, we will be back very shortly with Billy East and our Player of the Game segment, and then our post-game coverage after that. So don't go anywhere. 3 seconds, 2 seconds, 1 second, and we are final. And that is going to do it. The Buchanan Bears, who win the game 28-14. And have moved to 3-0 on the year. Porterville moves to 1-2. Folks, we're going to take a quick break, and we will be right back here at Veterans Stadium. Billy East will join us up here for a quick interview. I recommend you stick around. And for Jason Phillips calling the game here, PlayOn Sports, your destination for Friday Night Football. We'll be right back after this quick message.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right,
prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity. And they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack, great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by Bosback. A second opportunity by Bosback. Lip violation call. It's over the neck call. Oh my goodness! Bosback reached over on the attack. A Maverick error wraps up the title for the Presentation Panthers. A 15-9 victory in game number 5, and they wrap it up coming back from 2-0 down match-wise and take it 3 games to 2.
36-35 and driving, and oh, baby! Shrigley with the jam, and it was with emphasis. And it's the foul, and listen to these fans.
Do you know who's standing up right behind us? Tony Bland, who is the head recruiter for San Diego State. I think he's drooling. Somebody get that man a napkin.
Quick score on this drive. There goes a handoff to Zeller, trying to go straight ahead, but he is met by Wool. Now he breaks out to the outside, gets across the 30, 35, on the right, 40, midfield. He's running down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way as he's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Patrick Zeller stood up at the line of scrimmage and broke out to his left to the far sidelines, and he was in a foot race, and he went all the way for the touchdown. Broke a tackle and made it nice and showed his speed as he got outside for the touchdown.
Back in the backfield to the left is Campbell. Hernandez takes the snap, play action to Campbell. Looks down the field. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit. He breaks the tackle, rolls left. Now he's going to cut upfield. He's going to break another tackle, and then another tackle down the sideline. Gets a block inside the 5. What a touchdown! Hernandez goes 33 yards in spectacular fashion, breaking 4 tackles along the way, including 2 in the backfield, and Hilltop has tied this one up at 29.
Grant with a big, strong defensive rebound. He brings it back down the floor again, and another slam dunk. Jeremy Grant can run the point, and he can fly. Huge dunk, 2 big dunks in the last
Bullard
minute.
trying to close it out. Deep ball, up in the air, Cram. Bringing it back, Arbizo. Cram over in 3, free opportunity. Look for Rodabaugh, no, pass middle, Weimer! Ball game. 25-19. Foothill wins it 3 games to 1.
Because this kid has definitely proven that he can make things happen here in this ballgame.
They will go with him. Bula Graft on a stretch run, just breaking tackles. The little man is in the clear to Tory territory. The 25, the 20, the 10, the 5. Touchdown Knights. What a run, the freshman, Bula Graft.
Ooh, I tell you what. There were at least 3 times on that run that he should have gone down or he should have been wrapped up. Missed tackles there cost La Jolla Country Day as Bula Graft, the freshman running back for Bishops, is able to take it in. And that was a determined run there, Andy.
So 1st and 10. Brandon Lewis in the shotgun. Has time to throw. And he'll fire, and he has a man diving catch. Did he hold on to it? He did. What a catch from Kendall Keys. And that may be the KBC Sports Player of the Week.
What a catch he laid himself out there, and a great throw, as you said. Read it nicely, did Lewis, and really caught his receiver on the go, and just kind of put it out there right on the outstretch of his fingertips. He laid out, and he made a catch.
1-1.
You know when a pitcher is behind an account and throws his breaking ball, he's feeling it.
The pitch is going to be fisted to second base on a liner, and the ball is caught by McGrew, and Valley Christian wins the game on a Cameron Stewart no-hitter.
Wow, what a way to go out if you're Cameron Stewart. A no-no in the championship game. If there's scouts out there, they had to be impressed by this young kid's velocity, control, and breaking ball all worked well today. He had it going for this Valley Christian team.
What a gem.
He's going to give it to Tyree on an exchange against the zone, do a little three-man weave. This is Tyrell back with it. Tyrell's going to go lob backdoor. Tyree Robinson with a flush.
Now that was nice. Very nice design play.
Uwaba back there. Bogart takes a snap. He's going to run the play. He's going to throw. He's got a man open at the 10. It's underthrown. It's incomplete. No, or is it caught? It is a catch. Wow, juggling catch inside the 5-yard line. Moliga. Was that Moliga pulling that one in? It is Moliga. Boy, that ball was deflected by one of the Falcons, and then Moliga, he lands on the ground and pulls it in. What a catch.
That's a 3-man in the backfield, back to the wing. This time inside counter to Telefaro. No, they're going to throw this one. He's got a man open. And what a catch! What a grab by tight end Joe Gigantino. He must have bobbled that ball 4 times in the air, and he was actually tipped by the defender and had the presence of mind to keep his concentration and make the grab. Unbelievable catch. And the ball at the 29-yard line of the Eagles, and you can see the defense, they're still bewildered. How did he come up with that grab?
Even with 2 defenders around him.
Good game, man.
Thank you.
Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the PlayOnSports.com post-game show. I'm here with Billy East. Great game today, Billy. Final unofficial stats are 199 yards on 22 carries, 4 touchdowns. What did 166 yards in the second half? Is there anything Coach told you or something you guys went over during the halftime?
You know, when we were going in, I was just telling everybody, hey, no need to yell. We're going to be fine. And when we went in there, we were just telling everybody, hey, we wanted more, and we did. And our O-lineman stepped up huge. I mean, I can't take the credit for any of those touchdowns because it's all our offensive line, you know. Mm-hmm. And when we went in there, Coach was just like, hey, this is a chance to prove how we can bounce back from adversity being down 14-7. So, I mean, honestly, we did. We bounced back and we showed the Valley that, hey, we're not going to be upset, you know. We're working for everything, every point we get.
Absolutely. After that destroying of Bullard last week, came in here. Did you guys feel you were a little bit shocked from Porterville in that first half, or?
You know what? I didn't expect that we were going to be down, but you can't be like, okay, we're going to run in there and we're going to stomp them. You know, we were saying that all week. We're like, I mean, Bullard was nothing. We won 1 game. Like, what have you done? People are saying, like, hey, that's the biggest victory in Buchanan history. No. It's just a win. We got hopefully 11 more games, and we're going to try as hard as we can, work every day, just as hard as we've been working.
Absolutely. Man, you're a big kid. Not one guy is going to bring you down out there. You're running, 3 guys are all over you trying to bring you down. You're running hard. What makes you run with such ferocity? What are you thinking about when you run the ball out there?
Gain 1 more yard. I mean, honestly, once I get past the defensive line because of our O-line, it's just it's a fact of, you know, having to make the right cut at the right time. If you don't, someone's gonna come get your legs out, you know. So it's like it's having some sort of instinct. But you know, I have great mentors. You're talking about Rodney Wright, Eric Coleman, my dad. You know, all these coaches. It's just been showing me everything that, you know, I know.
Absolutely. Now, I want to go back to the first punt of the game. You kind of mishandled a little bit, fell on it. We saw you get pulled a little bit for Stephen Grady. Did the Coach Vogt tell you anything after that? Or
After I dropped the punt?
Yeah.
No, they're just telling me. No one told me anything. I knew I didn't get down on myself. I was just like, gosh, I got to bounce back. Got to show everybody what we can do and what I can do, how I can bounce back, and we did. We showed everyone that we can bounce back.
And a bounce back you did, man. 4 touchdowns. You guys are 3-0, off to a good start. With
2-0.
2-0. Sorry, 2-0 with Liberty Bakersfield coming up next. You excited about that one?
I'm excited about every time I step on the field because God gives me, the ability to do everything that I can do. And, I play for him and only him, and he's the only reason why I can play the game.
Absolutely. Well, thank you, Billy. Good job to you and the Buchanan Bears. There you have it. That's Billy East. And stay tuned. We're going to be right back with the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, so keep tuned.
Go Bears.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
4th and 10 from the 41-yard line for St. Augustine. Kennedy dropping back to pass. Looking left, firing, incomplete, intended for Noland. No penalty flags on the field. Mar Vista will take over on downs, and Jordan Lertique will take that knee. And the Mar Vista Mariners knock off the number 2 seeded St. Augustine Saints at Mesa College in a dominating performance on both sides of the football for Mar Vista. They trailed 14-0 and came back.
Again, down 2-0, facing adversity, and they've really just turned the table around since game number 3. Set an attack, great block made back inside the Maverick zone. A chance there by Bosback back inside the Maverick zone. Ball attacked there by Bosback. A second opportunity by Bosback. Lift violation call. Winner. It's an over the neck call. Oh my goodness! Bosback reached over on the attack. A Maverick error wraps up the title for the Presentation Panthers. A 15-9 victory in game number 5, and they wrap it up coming back from 2-0 down match-wise and take it 3 games to 2.
36-35 and driving, and oh, baby! Shrigley with the jam, and it was with emphasis. And it's the foul, and listen to these fans.
Do you know who's standing up right behind us? Tony Bland, who is the head recruiter for San Diego State. I think he's drooling. Somebody get that man a napkin.
Quick score on this drive. There goes a handoff to Zeller, trying to go straight ahead, but he is met by Wool. Now he breaks out to the outside, gets across the 30, 35, on the right, 40, midfield. He's running down the sidelines. He's going to go all the way as he's at the 10, 5, touchdown. Patrick Zeller he stood up at the line of scrimmage and broke out to his left to the far sidelines, and he was in a foot race, and he went all the way for the touchdown. Broke a tackle and made it nice and showed his speed as he got outside for the touchdown.
Back in the backfield to the left is Campbell. Hernandez takes the snap, play action to Campbell. Looks down the field. Now here comes the pressure. He's going to be hit. He breaks the tackle, rolls left. Now he's going to cut upfield. He's going to break another tackle, and then another tackle down the sideline. Gets a block inside the 5. What a touchdown! Hernandez goes 33 yards in spectacular fashion, breaking 4 tackles along the way, including 2 in the backfield, and Hilltop has tied this one up at 29.
Grant with a big, strong defensive rebound. He brings it back down the floor again, and another slam dunk. Jeremy Grant can run the point, and he can fly. Huge dunk, 2 big dunks in the last
Bullard
minute.
trying to close it out. Deep ball, up in the air, Cram. Bringing it back, Arbizo. Cram over in 3, free opportunity. Look for Rodabaugh, no, pass middle, Weimer!
Ball game.
25-19. Foothill wins it 3-1.
How's it going, folks? Welcome back to Veterans Stadium, to the PlayOnSports.com postgame show, where we just saw the Buchanan Bears defeat the Porterville Panthers 28-14. Paris, the Buchanan Bears offense did their job today. Billy East did his job today. 4 touchdowns. The deep ball was working, a little bit sloppy, but I mean, in the end, I feel that they did a good job overall. What do you think Mike Vogt was happy about today? What can he take away from this game?
Well, the fact that they did come out a slow start, a bit of a slow start, but then came out in the second half and just played inspired football. They understood what was at stake. They understood what was going on. A Division III team coming in playing inspired in the first half, but in the end, the Buchanan Bears just running away.
Yeah, in the end, the Buchanan Bears were just too big, too strong. Porterville started well early. They did lead 14-7.
They did.
That was whittled down slowly and surely enough. Just too much strong second half. A couple of good points for Porterville. Lalo Nevarez played well. We didn't see a lot of Andomo Raider. They couldn't get him involved. Dennis Chester, some tough throws, throwing off his back foot a lot. And he was killing his team in a little bit in that aspect. But overall, I think a lot can be taken away for the Buchanan Bears today as they start 2-0. Good job for them. What can Porterville take away from their game today?
Well, Porterville had several opportunities to kind of extend that lead and get that momentum and get a grasp on the game. Just knocking at the door a few times in the red zone, coming off some Bears turnovers and just could not put it in the end zone, unfortunately.
You're right, 8 turnovers today, 5 by Buchanan, but they're able to withstand them. You think they're going to work on special teams this week?
I think so. That's special teams and ball security.
I think so. That's going to wrap it up from here, folks, at Veterans Stadium, where we just saw Buchanan go to 2-0. 28-14 was the final. For Jason Phillips, alongside my partner, Paris Gaines, our producer, Jordan Eswine, and our videographer, Matt. Matt, what's your last name? What's that? Merritt. Matt Merritt. For so long, we're going to say goodbye from here, and we'll see you next week. Make sure you stay tuned to PlayOnSports.com, and we'll be back next week. Goodbye, everybody.